Yes. It's something on my screen.
Yeah, it's just indicating that we're recording it.
Oh yeah. Can I press continue?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's click there real quick.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. All right. Bill Sign Township, Mr. Jabari Harris, 20W003912 and 20W002522, 18W005846. All right. Misdemeanor charge alleges that on October 9th of 2020, Ypsilanti Township, Washington County, State of Michigan, on Jeff Patternhier DeSoto, he did operate a motor vehicle at a time you would never require a license to do so. A misdemeanor carrying a maximum penalty of convicted of up to 90 days in jail, a $500 fine plus court costs, or both. You understand that?
Yes.
You've read and signed the advice of rights form?
Yes.
Do you have any question with regard to your rights?
No, sir.
Okay. Ms. Ankenrulli, did you discuss a plea with your client?
I did, Your Honor.
And how does he plead that?
Not guilty.
All right. And do you want to address bond then?
Absolutely, Your Honor. Chinante Carey Akinrulli on behalf of Mr. Jabari Harris. Mr. Harris and I had a conversation earlier today. He does report being a father of 4. He also reports being gainfully employed with a roofing company. He states that he is working actively towards acquiring his license. And I've explained to him what that process entails and how to go about it. In regards to this particular matter, we are requesting a personal recognizance bond. We have discussed there are 2 holds, as well as another case in front of the magistrate over at 14A1 today. However, whatever the outcome of that case may be, he does intend to hopefully post the bond if there is one applied. And he states that he's not too concerned about the holds, hoping that they will not hold him. His primary concern is not missing work and being able to get back to his children. So in regards to this particular case, Your Honor, we are requesting a PR bond.
Okay. And what's the charge this afternoon?
I think it's a domestic violence, if I'm not mistaken. No, it's not. It's a B&E. I'm sorry. That's another case. It's a B&E with intent.
Okay. All right. Mr. Harris, you've been to Secretary of State to figure out what you have to do to get your license.
Yeah, I gotta square my business off with Plymouth before I can be eligible to take my test and everything. But besides that, I can take my sign up for my driver's license.
Okay.
I pay my debt, which is I think it's like 200 and some odd change.
I see Plymouth. I'm just checking on one other one here a second. Okay, so you have Plymouth and Romulus actually have you suspended, and then the matters, 2 other matters here.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. The Romulus is supposed to have been combined with Monroe. It was supposed to be Monroe, Romulus, and Plymouth. It's supposed to be got expunged. They gave me time served and expunged it. But
okay. Well, that may be the underlying criminal matter may have been taken care of that way, but the driving offense, the driving part of it, the Secretary of State clearance fee needs to be paid separately. So it may just be on the Romulus one. You need to pay a $45 clearance fee from what you described, but I obviously don't have that information. So you'd have to contact Romulus and find out what you would need to do to get that clearance. But yeah, if you get credit for time served on a driving offense, you still have the Secretary of State clearance fee you need to pay.
Mm-hmm.
So that's likely what's happening there. And then you have some clearances here you would need to acquire before you get your license as well. All right. So let's do this. Let's set this out to September the 14th for a pretrial hearing. That'll be via Zoom. Are you still living on Nash, sir?
yes, 1370 Nash Avenue.
Okay. Court will mail you a notice to that address with Zoom information. Are you familiar with Zoom?
Yes, I got the app.
Okay. So we get the Zoom ID information in the mail. If you don't receive that as that September 14th date approaches, you can always call the court. The court can give that on the phone too, okay?
Okay.
On the ones you have clearances owing on, once you've paid $100 towards your outstanding fines, we'll issue the clearances on what
Is
you
that
have
for
here.
Washington County?
That's for 14B District Court.
Okay.
Okay. And let me just double check that and see if I got this right. Let's see. Oh, there's actually a third one, so we need 150 would get you your clearances.
A third
Okay.
one.
Yeah, you got the speeding ticket, the safety seatbelt ticket, and this license, and it's not valid. They've all suspended. So yeah, we did 150 get your clearance. So once you paid 150, we'll issue the clearances. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right. You're released on a personal recognizance bond on misdemeanor charge for pretrial September the 14th at 9 a.m. via Zoom. Okay.
Okay.
All right. All set. Stay safe, sir.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'll
Have a
tell
good
y'all
one, Mr.
then.
Harris. You too.
Your name, please, sir.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Jones. I'll be with you in just one moment. Okay.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, Mr. Jones, Appeal of Sinai Township, Quintez Jones, case number 21T00334. Allegation is that on April 19th of this year at 2891 International Drive in Ypsilanti Township, Washington County, State of Michigan, you did make an assault or assault and battery on Felicia Roberson, a person with whom you reside or formerly resided with, and or a person with whom you have or had a dating relationship. A misdemeanor carrying a maximum penalty convicted of up to 93 days in jail, a $500 fine, plus court costs, or both. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Saying, can really, were you able to send over the
Oh, I'm so sorry. So sorry about that, Judge.
That's okay. One second.
You should get it by now.
All right, thank you.
Mhm.
There it is. All right. All right, Ms. Jones, we have, let's see. Oh, that was Harris.
That was Harris?
Is Jones on this one too? No, yeah, you sent me Harris.
Oh. Again.
Is it on his way?
Mhm.
Okay. Sorry about the delay, Mr. Jones. Just want to make sure I have all the information possible in front of me I have so we can do this in your best interest.
All right, no problem. Thank you.
There we go. Okay. All
Okay.
right. So information collected by the public defender on the court-appointed attorney request indicates your telephone number ends in 5188. Is that correct?
Say that again, please.
Your telephone number ends in 5188. Is that correct?
Oh, yeah, sorry, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And you live at on Hamlet Drive?
I'm back and forth from my granddad's and my mom's.
Okay. Is Hamlet where you want your mail to go?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And you're receiving unemployment currently?
Yes, sir.
All right. And your email address is your name, then 222@gmail.com?
Yep, 3 tools.
Okay. All right. Based upon the information provided, the court will appoint the public defender to represent you. The reason we collect the telephone number and the email address is the court in the future may email you or text you with regard to information about your case. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right. Ms. Incan-Rulli, did you want to address bond?
Absolutely, Your Honor. Chinazi Carey, I can really on behalf of Mr. Quintez Jones. What was the date of that incident again, Your Honor?
That goes back to April 19th of this year.
Um,
Frankly, the charge wasn't authorized until later. So let's
Correct.
see. Yep, June 29th was the complaint date.
Okay. We do stand mute to the charges, ask that the court enter a not guilty plea on our behalf. Regarding bond, Your Honor, had an opportunity to speak with Mr. Jones today. He reports very strong family ties. As he stated on the record today, he is with his grandfather as well as his mother on a regular basis. Mr. Jones does have a criminal history. However, he has an open case that he's currently working on now. This particular charge, again, he knew nothing about the charge until he had some kind of contact with the police on yesterday. And they stated that there was a warrant, an active warrant for his arrest in regards to this particular charge. Regarding the arrest today or yesterday, he states that there are no new charges to his understanding that will be coming up. The complaining witness in this matter is a person that he has a dating relationship with, but he was again unaware that any charges had been filed. I will say this, Your Honor, I know that the court, regardless of the outcome, will impose a no contact, no go to. He does not live at that particular residence anymore. However, he stated that since that April date, he and the complaining witness had since reconciled. In fact, he and the complaining witness were together yesterday when he was arrested, when he was made aware of this particular warrant. So he was initially asking for a consensual contact order, considering the date of this particular offense and the time that has lapsed since then. He states since this particular offense, he has not had any other issues, and he is very much so a law-abiding citizen. So if the court is inclined, we are requesting a PR bond, understanding the gravity of this particular type of case. However, we do request that PR bond on his behalf today.
Okay. What's the other pending case?
The other pending case is actually an assault with intent to murder. It's an AWAM, and count 2 of that is an armed robbery. He just waived last week his preliminary exam and is bound over to the circuit court now.
Okay. And there's no warrant or any bond violations or anything on that case?
We did talk about that. Nothing has come down the pipeline yet, but I have made him aware that the potential of it, with the date of this particular incident being after.
Okay.
I'm not sure if he was released on bond, then obviously he had to have been, right, because he was home. So he stated when he spoke with his attorney who's representing him in that particular case, the attorney said that he doesn't see it to be an issue, but I just told him to be on the lookout. But so far, nothing.
Okay. Condition of bond in this case, Mr. Jones, is you're not to use or possess alcohol, illegal drugs, or marijuana. Do you have a medical marijuana card?
No, sir.
Okay. You're not to leave the state of Michigan without permission of the court. You are not to possess or purchase a firearm, ammunition, or other dangerous weapon. Do you own any firearms?
No.
You're not to commit any assaultive, terrorizing, frightening, intimidating, threatening, harassing, molesting, or stalking behavior towards any individual. The initial order of the court will be a total bar on contact with Flasia Roberson. Means absolutely no contact, no indirect contact through family or friends, no text message, email, social network posting, telephone contact, two-way video contact, or any contact of any sort whatsoever. I'm just saying really that, of course, can be changed once we have input from the victim advocate on the matter. But for the time being, barring that, better sets of information, we're going to go with the safest route here.
Absolutely.
You're also not to go to her place of residence or employment. You're not to violate any criminal laws, and you, of course, need to appear for all your court dates. Any questions with regard to these conditions?
No, sir.
These conditions will be placed in the law enforcement information network, meaning should you come into contact with the police, they will have access to that information. Should they witness or suspect a bond violation to have occurred, you would be arrested for that bond violation. You understand that?
Right.
Okay. What is your next court date in your other case? Do you know?
Yes, I do. It's actually September 1st. Yes.
September 1st? Okay. All right. We'll set this for August the 16th at 9 a.m. via Zoom. Are you familiar with Zoom?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So court will send you a notice to the Hamlet address. Included in that notice will be the Zoom ID information for you. If you don't receive that or don't have it as that court date approaches, you can always call the court. The clerks can give you the Zoom information over the telephone as well. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Mr. Jones, you are released on a personal recognizance of the conditions placed here on the record. As you know, now you have two matters you need to keep up with. So make sure you're watching everything and taking the right steps where you need to be. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Jones, you're all set. Stay safe. Okay.
Okay.
I think.
Thank you. Your Honor.
And counsel, you got notice that the other gentleman posted bond.
Okay, no, I didn't, but I figured
Okay.
because I didn't meet with him. Okay.
All right. Thank you. Everyone have a good day.